This is Larkspur, smoky eyes, and I just wanted to show you the backs of the petals. They're just as stunning as the fronts, aren't they? Absolutely incredible. I think it's time to tackle the larkspur, so we'll do that together. Some of it doesn't need moving on yet because it's not long been germinated, but we'll have a look at everything together. I've just used a stiff brush on this tray. What I do is I let them dry out completely after they've been used and then brush them over with a stiff brush. I don't wash them, but you absolutely can if you want to. I've just got too many to do that, and I don't have any problems this way. Just don't use them wet and don't leave spent compost in them. A larkspur have a taproot, which means that we need to stake them well when it comes to planting so the wind doesn't rock them out of position. And it also means that we need to be really careful when moving them out of these cell trays. For goodness sake, don't tug. Let me show you. If you turn them round, can you see? The roots are all on one side of the plug. We have very little root over here. I've levered it out really carefully. But look, that's what I mean by a tap. Also notice that the leaves are paler this side of the tray compared to this side of the tray. That's only because these ones have been germinated a lot longer, and frankly they need moving on. As soon as you move them on, they'll go back to being emerald. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze from underneath, and that should make your plant just pop out. If it doesn't for any reason, this is called a widger. You can get these online. And you can also use a butter knife or a fish knife, as long as it's got a blunt edge. And then that really helps to lever out any plants that you might need a bit of a helping hand with. Now you may have noticed that this one has got two plants in the same cell, so we need to separate these and we need to be really careful. So I'll put that one aside for now and we'll come back to it in a little while. So I'm just filling in all around with some fresh compost. It's important that you don't overwater your larkspur. It's quite a drought tolerant plant. So I will, rather than put these in a tray of water to hydrate from underneath, I'm going to just give them overhead water. That will settle the compost, and it'll also mean that there's not too much water sitting in the tray. This one here is a Nigella seedling, and again, they say they don't like root disturbance. It's not that they don't like root disturbance, it's just that they don't make a nice neat root ball. And it can be very easy to dislodge the roots. And then once they're dislodged from the compost, the plant can perish. It's much easier to move them when the weather's cooler and they're not pulling so much moisture from the roots. Much easier for them to survive. But I tend to leave them to make great big root balls and plugs before planting, and then I find I get on much better. So I'm going to carefully move him into a 15 cell tray or a pot, and then I won't plant him out until he's made quite a robust plant. Okay, so this is larkspur and it has a taproot, so we have to be extra careful when we're separating them. We need to make sure that the taproot goes in the same direction with each plant. If you pull the taproot and snap it, it is curtains for your plant baby. I had a quick look and I can see the taproot for this plant is running here and the taproot for that one is running there. So they're quite close together, but that's perfectly doable. So what I'm going to do is, bearing in mind where the taproots are, I'm just going to ever so gently tease it apart. And hopefully we'll get enough root ball that the plants won't even notice that they've been carefully separated. There we go. I've got another one here. Can you see the taproot for this one is right near the edge? Now it'd be so easy, if you gave that a hard tug, it'd be so easy just for that to snap off here, and then you would lose your plant baby. Now, if you're feeling at all nervous, what you could do is just pull this off and snap it, or use a pair of scissors and sever this seedling completely. those roots will just die away, and you could just pot this plant up, and that would save you the stress and the trauma of separating them if you're new to potting on. You can always work up to it. Let's have a go at this one. What I would do, looking at that taproot there, is I would put my thumb in behind the plant and pull it from the centre, and then that makes sure that the taproot and the plant are kept very firmly together. There we go. Gently, gently, gently. And these are just the roots at the end, so that's fine. So they're snapped. There we go. 2 healthy little plants for potting on. Astonishing when you pot them on, isn't it? You're so surprised. They seem to fan out almost immediately, and you're so surprised that they were ever fitting in the 40 cells in the first place. I'm looking forward to these. I absolutely love Larkspur. These ones are beautiful. They are called Misty Lavender. This is Misty Lavender. It's just so beautiful. This one is coming up to the house with me. Love it.